Hey, Local 5, it's Dave. I know it's been a while, but we definitely needed to touch base with everybody to kind of give you an update of what's been going on. Summertime's been busy, not with just life, but the executive board has been working diligently on the things that we know is important to a lot of people. So just kind of quick update and and a request, of course. So first of all, the Cimarron Hills thing. I know a lot of people are somewhat frustrated about it, don't quite understand. The administration has allowed us to participate in that, and to a great extent, we've been able to influence and kind of hold the line on a lot of those issues. Nothing's ever going to be perfect in that, and it'll definitely be interesting. And I think there's going to be some um, unforeseen challenges that are going to face us when this thing approaches. And this is the first time that we've done this to such a significant extent. With that, a lot of departments do that. We're following and mirroring a lot of those departments up north that actually have kind of taken on or assimilated other surrounding fire departments. So we're using a lot of those same models and trying to follow those pathways that have already been developed so that we don't have to recreate the wheel. And again, the administration has been working with us. We do understand kind of the frustration that's out there. We are working in kind of monitoring that as it goes forward. So far, so good. It looks like it's going to end up being a positive thing, but that's only going to be with the development and some building of some plans that will actually kind of transpire and come to fruition down the time path here. So hang with us on that. Don't hesitate to again approach us with any suggestions or concerns that you have on that. New ideas from a different perspective is always a good way to make sure that we're covering all the bases on that. Second thing, the AMR contract thing, or I should say the contract in the extension with AMR. Behind the scenes, there's diligent work on trying to do the absolute best thing that's going to be possible for the city of Colorado Springs and for our fire department. And so to let you know that the work has been going on. There's a great deal of consideration for all options, and work is being done to consider all options. And so keep faith and trust in that, and the fact that there's a lot of people that are loading their plates even more to undertake perspectives on making sure that when this comes back around, that we'll have an opportunity to make sure that we're taking care of the people that we serve, and that the best options are on the table when that contract comes back up. So again, some really hard work. This was a good thing that this kind of slowed down. We actually support the administration's decision on this, and so kind of let the dust settle and start all over it and kind of press forward. Um, with that, last but not least, of course, the collective bargaining work has been going on behind the scenes. John Roy, Buckingham, and Hicks have been continuously supporting and informing and trying to make inroads with our counselors. As most of you know, if you haven't already heard, you can definitely follow up on that on the Facebook page with the presentation that John Roy made to council a couple days ago. And it was kind of fortuitous that it followed the editorial that was in the Gazette that was obviously driven by the city administration, primarily the mayor. John answered a lot of those questions in the presentation, and he did an incredible job to council. And we're not quite sure exactly what that outcome is going to be, but we're going to ask for your support once again. So what started a couple months ago for everybody to come together and come to council to influence their ability to put this on an agenda, President Scorman has done so. And on the 14th of August at 1 o'clock at City Council Chambers, we will have the opportunity to have a resolution voted on that would support the council supporting a collective bargaining agenda item to be placed at a later time, so it would actually have to be re-voted on. So this is basically just a resolution or a proclamation of their support. There's a lot of detail in the back, too much to go into here. Please, if you have any questions on that, don't hesitate to call myself or John Roy on that to let you know exactly what this means. But for the most part, it's symbolic. It does carry some weight to hold council, at least to acknowledge in the future that since they cannot actually put the ballot issue for April on the ballot now, because as soon as they would vote for that, it would trigger an election, so that would drive us to the November election. That's not where we want to be. So we basically have to ask for their support in that resolution to support a future vote that would happen as soon after the November election occurs as possible. We're actually not quite sure of exactly where we're standing. We're really close. We know we have 4 folks that are in our side. We've got a couple that are definitely in opposition, but we've got a couple that are still on the fence. And I think that our turnout and our them looking at a large group of firefighters in council chambers would remind them exactly who they do represent. So we'll have an opportunity to once again present. We're hoping to make sure that we influence council to possibly get this on, regardless of that, following that decision by council. And upon the executive board's return from convention this year, we're going to be looking at the kickoff to our campaign. So the time has come. So we're literally within weeks or a month or so of our campaign kind of kicking off. A lot of that coordinates with election commission and ballot submission and a lot of details behind that. But anyway, all that being said, August 14th, we would really consider if you would take some time. I think it's an A shift day for those B and C shifters that are available. 1 o'clock it would be great, especially for those that have already come out that have t-shirts. We'll probably do the same thing again. It would be tremendous if we had another 75 to 100 firefighters to line council's chambers to make sure that they understand that they represent us and that we take care of the people that they're supposed to represent as well. And this is kind of a collaborative effort on all of our parts to make sure that we get all forms of government, hopefully to demonstrate their support for collective bargaining, as the mayor obviously has established his opposition to that. So we're really looking to try to ask for their support to leverage a position as we go forward in initiating this ballot to the electorate. 14th of August, 1 o'clock. Any other questions? As always, don't ever hesitate to give myself or anybody on the executive board a call. And let me not forget Chris Weaver and his excellent work as he starts to kick off the volunteer recruitment for the Fallen Firefighter Memorial in September. I believe it's on the 15th. Don't wait. I know we always have a tendency to do that. We see an email, it's calling for volunteers on that. Let Chris know. Let him have an understanding and an idea of exactly how many people are going to be willing to step up this year and participate to support that incredible event. It's going to be kind of stretched out this year. We've got a new venue. We're going to be in a couple different places, trying to cover a couple different things that normally we're more focused in one area. So we could definitely help, or we could definitely use the help. So don't wait until the last minute, drive Chris crazy, because you guys always come through, and we greatly appreciate that. So drop Chris a note, let him know that you're going to be available for part, if not all, of the Firefighter Memorial, and we greatly appreciate your participation and support in that. Again, any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Thanks for your time.